Hey everyone. So I'm really excited about this topic. I have this conversation or I get asked this question all the time. So today I am going to talk about WACK SEX. So a lot of people will always ask or they'll say, look, I have to try it before I buy it. There's no way I'm living this lifestyle. You're crazy. Not doing it. Doesn't make any sense that I'm going to be in this relationship with somebody and then wait and then I get to the time where we're going to spend the rest of our lives together and we're not sexually compatible. What? Now, to those who I've had that conversation with, I always have the same answer because it's truly what I believe. What kind of God would you serve that would promise you something and would not give it to you on the end? You live this lifestyle and God promises to bless your marriage. He's going to do that in every aspect. So yes, that means you guys would be sexually compatible. And you're living this lifestyle so that you can get closer to God. So why would you marry somebody that you don't have that chemistry with? That is not our God. He is not a trickster. He's not the leprechaun at the end of the rainbow. You chase the rainbow, you get to the end of it. Not only is there no leprechaun, but there's no pot of gold. God wouldn't do that to you. He's a father. It says it. If you ask him for bread, that's what he's going to give you. So what I would challenge a lot of us to do is just change our mindset. If you have this, and of course you've heard it, I've even said it. I remember saying it when I was in high school. Like, that doesn't make sense. Why would I do that? Um, But trying it before we buy it is something that is used for cars. You test drive a car before you buy it so that you know how it operates. Does it fit well with you? All of those things, right? Well, we are not cars. So I'm going to give you another analogy and just go with me on this one. So if you're baking a cake, and no, we're not cakes either, but if you are, baking a cake, it has the ingredients on there. You know what to put in there, you know how to mix it, you know how long to bake it and what temperature to bake it at. This is the same thing. You're not going to, get a chocolate cake from putting vanilla ingredients in. Doesn't make sense. So you're not going to live this lifestyle and then end up not being blessed on the end of it. That doesn't make sense. You followed the instructions. You followed the steps. They're ordered by God. He is going to bless you. And please hear me when I say this. It doesn't mean that your relationship will be perfect or anything like that. Of course not, because, nothing is perfect, especially if we're not. If we're not perfect, we're not going to have a perfect relationship. But we are going to have a blessed marriage and a blessed relationship. That is one of the promises of this. And I'll definitely do a video on the benefits of waiting. And no, we don't wait so that we can be rewarded. That's not why we do it. We do it so that we can have a family that's going to build up the kingdom. And, they'll have a family and they'll build up the kingdom and so on and so forth. And to be fruitful and to multiply and to occupy. That's why we do this. And of course, there's benefits that go along with that. And waiting has the benefit of having a blessed marriage. So just trust God. It's not that you're scared that you're going to have WACK sex. It's a heart issue. It's a trust issue. It's a surrendering issue. It's, first of all, I don't want to have to give up this part of my life. Why should I? I do everything that I'm supposed to do right. This is the one area that I believe I should be able to express myself in. I understand that mentality because I've had it. I was like, I don't want to have to give up the one area that I should be able to have control over. I should be able to control who I'm with when I'm with them. That's what I want to be able to do. However, I want to please God more than I want to please myself. So if you're struggling with that concept of just trying it before you buy it, then really, really, really open up your heart to that mentality of knowing that God has it. He really does. He's going to provide somebody that you're compatible with. It even says it in Genesis 2:18 that Eve was fit for Adam. Like, God literally made this woman to fit everything that Adam would like. So out of all the billions of people in the world, what makes you think God is not going to bless you with the right person? He's really going to do that. And a lot of times I think we need to understand that, what could also cause the WACK sex, quote unquote, is our past. So we'll bring our past into our present relationship. Like, you married to Chris, but you still thinking about Tommy. Tommy should not be in your mind. All of this purity time of waiting, of getting to know God and establishing a better relationship with Him, and then of course He introduces you to this new person, and you have your purpose, and they have theirs, and it just flows and it works. All of this time was supposed to be used to filter all of that stuff out of you. So you're not worried about what Chris does or what Tommy does. You're not worried about any of that. You're not worried about having WACK sex with your husband. All you can think about is having an amazing life with your husband, and everything else will come into that because you had that time to just be purified and cleansed by God. That's really one of the other portions of purity, is having that time. And if you have never had sex, you're in such a great position because you don't have anything to compare it to. So automatically you're going to go into it and it's going to be great, and God's really going to bless that portion. And please don't get me wrong. If you have, or if you're in a relationship and maybe you guys are not, living a life of celibacy or purity, I'm not trying to condemn you or anything like that, because it's truly a hard thing to do. It's easy when you're single. It's easy when you don't have anybody. It's easy when there's no temptation in front of you. But it's harder when you do find somebody who you guys have the same purpose and everything flows and works. And it's like, the one way or the one other way you want to express yourselves, you can't. So you're just like, man, forget it. We just gonna do what we do and know that God forgives. And of course He does. However, that might be where that block is coming from, or why you guys are not able to get past that part into your relationship, because it's a trust thing, it's a surrendering thing. It's so many things. But at the end of the day, all we have to do is really trust that God is going to bless your life by obeying the instructions that He's given to wait. It really will fall into place. Don't worry about the WACK sex. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You just continue to know that He's going to bless you. And I hope that this video has blessed you. Please share it, like it, tweet it, comments. And of course, if you have any type of request, just send it to puritypoints@gmail.com. And I'll definitely get back to you. But in the meantime, please know that I'm praying for you. And I just wish you nothing but the best while you're on this journey.